In this video, I'm going to be going over everything we know about the new remastered map coming to Ark Survival Ascended, which is Aberration Ascended. There's a lot of news we know about this now, and I'm going over everything we've learned about it over quite a while, actually. We've had some of this information for a long time, but I'm going to be going over all of it in this video. First off, as you can see on screen, is the release date. It's going to be coming out September 4th, 2024. Now, it easily could get delayed. I mean, I think all you guys know wildcard by this point. There's a very high chance it could get delayed, but at the same time, this has already been delayed because they said it was going to come out in July in that old roadmap, even though I don't think anyone actually believed that old roadmap. I definitely didn't, and I was right. But yeah, it's going to be coming out September 4th, allegedly. And also, apparently, they're planning to do a engine upgrade for Unreal Engine, so there should be better performance when this comes out. They said it could be delayed, but if they do delay the engine upgrade, they're not going to delay Aberration with it. So I guess that's a good thing to know. If they delay that, then they're not going to delay Aberration, but there will be some performance upgrades apparently when Aberration does come out. The first thing I want to talk about is the new creatures coming to Aberration Ascended. There's two creatures that will be coming to Aberration Ascended, and they're both going to be exclusive to the map as well, and should be releasing on the same day as the map. But the first one is the Ling. This one's also going to be free, so you won't have to pay for any DLCs in order to get access to it. You'll just have access to it for free. But this one was a winner of the community vote winners, and it was pretty close between like this jumping spider one I think a lot of people know about. I personally like this one a little bit more, but that's just personal preference, even though this one is pretty cool. Basically what it does is it can run around, it can kind of like glide places, and it kind of climb up walls. So it's going to be like, I guess, like an earlier game version of the Rock Drake, you could say. I really hope it's not too overpowered, and by that I mean I hope it doesn't make it to where you can get Rock Drake eggs super easy, because one of the fun parts of Aberration is going down and getting those Rock Drake eggs, and the struggle it is before you actually get them. And if this thing makes that easier, I feel like it would kind of suck, but we'll just have to wait and see to see if it actually ends up being that powerful. I know a lot of people have been complaining about that, saying that that could be a reason, but it's not out yet, so we don't know if it's going to end up doing that, but hopefully it doesn't. Overall, I think the creature itself is really cool. Like, just ignoring that, I think this is a really cool design and just a really cool creature concept in general. And then we have the second creature, which is Cosmo. That's the name of it. And as you can see, it looks a lot like that jumping spider one that a lot of the people voted for. I'm assuming that's why they ended up adding this one. This one it's similar in looks, but not really in abilities, as it's a shoulder pet and you can't ride it. And all we know that it can do is it emits light, which just sounds like the other shoulder pets. I'm 100% assuming that this thing is going to have more abilities. It's just, this is the concept. We don't have a dossier for it, and we don't have a render for it, so all we know is it's going to emit light, and it's probably going to have some other abilities as well. I'm a little bit disappointed that it is a shoulder pet. I know some people, or a lot of people, are happy about it, but I definitely was hoping for some more like crazy creature to be added exclusive to Aberration, like some more like alien type stuff like the Reaper or Rock Drake, like something big that could kind of shake up Aberration. But we ended up getting the shoulder pet instead, which, I mean, we don't even know all it does, so it could end up being really cool, but I was kind of just hoping more for that. Anyway, I am curious what you guys think of this. Do you like this new shoulder pet? Do you think it's cool, or do you want something different? I know a lot of people are probably going to be happy that the like jumping spider concept is actually coming to the game, and it looks very similar to that, so as it is cool, we're getting that at the end of the day. Also, I should mention this one is also part of the Bob's Tall Tale DLC, so if you're going to want to tame this thing, you're going to need the DLC pack in order to get it. It's part of the Steampunk Ascent, which is bundled in with Bob's Tall Tales, which we're about to talk about in a second, but that is all the information we know about the new Cosmo creature. Now we're going to move on to the Bob's Tall Tale DLC and what we know about it so far. They haven't really gone in depth on what's going to be in the Steampunk Ascent DLC, and it was thought that it was going to be coming out later this year and wasn't going to release at the same time with Aberration, but it seems like it is, the way they've been talking about it recently, and the fact that they just announced the Cosmo creature that's going to be coming, so I imagine this is going to drop on the same day as Aberration as well. But with this DLC, all we know is from this picture right here that you're seeing, and I'll kind of zoom in on the Aberration part, which is on the left, and you could see a few things. First off is the blimp, or the Zeppelin. This thing looks really cool, but at the same time, I'm not sure how this is going to work on Aberration, and I know people have been scared that it might be a bit too overpowered if you're able to fly around with this on Aberration, but But at the same time, we don't really know how this thing works yet. It looks like it's actually pretty small, because if you look, you can see a person kind of sitting at the bottom there, and it looks like they're pedaling, like using their legs to pedal something. So it could just be like a kind of like bicycle, the way you pedal it and go down. And I was thinking maybe it could just be something that glides and you can't actually fly with it, or maybe you can fly around. Also, maybe it could fly, but it only works in the surface area, and then you can't use it underground. If it were to fly, I think that would be the best way to do it. Just make it to where you can only use it in the surface area. I think that would actually be pretty cool, and I definitely think I would like that rather than it just being able to fly around everywhere, because that'd be a bit overpowered. There's also going to be these skins as well, just like how there was the cowboy skins for Scorched Earth. We have the steampunk skins here, and you can see a few of them right here. You can see the little hat that there's going to be with the goggles, of course, and then you can see like what the chest plate's kind of going to look like. And we can also see what looks like it's going to be a skin for the Rock Drake, and it looks like these little just steampunk style goggles. This could be something where you could put it on all creatures, like the old glasses skins they had for Ark Survival Evolved, where you could put the glasses on the saddle for any creature and it would add them. It could be like that. I kind of hope it is, so that way it has more use than just the Rock Drake, but still having goggles for the Rock Drake is kind of cool. But that's all we know about that DLC. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot more in this pack, because of course the Scorched Earth pack had way more to offer, so I imagine they just haven't revealed what's going to be in it yet, and they'll either release something in the next coming weeks, or they'll just wait till it officially gets announced or the game actually comes out before they do it. Also, that does remind me, when it comes to the trailers, if you guys don't know, usually they always release the trailer the second the DLC actually comes out. And when it came to Scorched Earth, it actually came out like it came out like 30 or 40 minutes before the DLC dropped. So if you're expecting a trailer, it's only going to come out when the DLC actually drops. So a lot of the assets for Aberration have actually been put in the dev kit, even though it's not out yet. This also happened with Scorched Earth before it released, so you can kind of see that. But we can also see how it looks in Aberration as well. So first off, as you're seeing on the screen, is these cliff platforms. The wood on them is a lot lighter. In Ark Survival Evolved, they were a lot darker. I don't have really footage of them here, but they were a lot darker. And then the metal one kind of looks similar. It's just, you know, more metallic and reflective and stuff. We also have the fishnet, which me personally, I can tell looks a lot better just from seeing it in the dev kit here. Definitely just looks a lot more high resolution. It looks like it has a lot more details into it. One I think everyone will probably notice is the like gas collector thing. This thing looks a lot different. Before, it didn't have like all of these things coming out the side, like all these different pipes and stuff connecting it. It was just the one main beam. I guess it wouldn't be called a beam, but whatever that is, the main glass collector thing. It didn't have all of these pipes and stuff coming around it, and I think this is actually a better change. It looks a lot cooler with these extra pipes and details added. Next, we have the hazard suit as well. This one definitely was the new version, because of course when I was in the dev kit it said ASA hazard suit. So this one is the newer model. You can't really tell much of a difference. The only thing I think that might be different, and I could be wrong about this, is the inside of the mask has like more orange in it. I don't remember it having that much orange, but I could be wrong. And then after that, we have the glide suit here. It's kind of hard to tell with the glide suit because it's always moving. When you see it, you don't really get to see a still frame of it like this. So just seeing it like this, I mean, it does look pretty high resolution, so I think it's probably going to end up looking better than the old one. And then we also have the plant species Z plant as well, which definitely looks a lot better. This one's way more detailed and it's a lot more vibrant. I feel like there's just a lot more color in this one. Definitely more saturated than the other one before, and it definitely makes it look a lot better. Then we also have the tech railgun as well. Hopefully this thing doesn't suck as much as it does in Ark Survival Evolved, but this one does look really dope as well. I think there's a little bit more like metal on the sides. Like I said, it could be wrong as well, but I think this one definitely does look pretty nice in ASA. And then there's the artifacts as well, which also just look a lot better. They definitely look like a lot more metallic. Like you can kind of just see the reflections and stuff coming off of them, which I mean is what you expect with Ark Survival Ascended, so they do look pretty cool. But it's currently everything we know about Aberration Ascended. If anything changes or they announce something new about it in the next month or so before it comes out, I'll make sure to leave a pinned comment with all the information you need to know. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye.